Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I promised a floral card with elements from the January 2023 Paper Pumpkin kit called Key to My Heart. So I've used the greeting from Wisteria Wishes that says happiness grows within, and I've stamped it on one of the banner pieces. This had the little yellow tabs on the edges, and I just trimmed them off because I didn't want them. And if you'll recall from the previous video, I had cut out this piece here, and I was left with the center piece. So I'm going to use it on this card because it's pretty paper. So I used the two-tone floral stamp set and dies, and this is one of the dies that comes with the two-tone dies. It's gorgeous. It's a great background. So I've cut it out of Petal Pink, and I've got a Calypso Coral card base, and I put some of the adhesive backing paper on. So I'm just going to peel this off, and this is actually the back. If you remember when I did the previous card, I'd cut the front and the back apart. This is the back of that card. So nothing's going to waste. Sorry, I'm just trying to peel this up. There we go. And quite often, any bits that are left will come off with the adhesive backing. Not all the time, but a lot of the time they do. And if they haven't come off, you can just use your take your pick tool or a piercing tool and pop them out. That's that one. And if the adhesives come off the back, then you can just stick it to your finger, and you can pop them out with your finger. So they do stick to your finger, and then you have to get them off, but you can do that fairly easily. So let's just get the rest of these pieces out. And that one's stuck. Okay, I've got some pieces over here that need to come out. I've still got some adhesive on the back here. This one is being a bit tricky. So there we go. And I just need to be careful that I don't tear anything because it's stuck to my fingers now. Okay, I'm going to pull out my piecing tool or piercing tool. Take those off, and I've got one over here as well, and I've got a leaf over here that needs to come out. So I think that's everything, and they're all stuck all over me now. So let's stick this down, and I'm going to put it this way. No, I'm going to put it this way. You'll notice it's more closed here and more open over here. I'm going to use the open side for the greeting. And I've got one pesky piece. There we go. Now, this is the same size as my card base. So I need to line it up and then press it down. It will be a little bit lifted on the edges because my adhesive didn't go all the way to the edge. I can come in afterwards and just tack it down with some adhesive. So I'm going to put this piece on here. See, if I put it over here, there's not a lot of the Calypso Coral that shows through, but if I put it over here, there is quite a bit. So I am just going to flat mount this because I'm going to dimensionalize the flowers. And when I get to the flowers, I will tell you how I did them. So we're just going to pop this on like this. Just squared. It's hard to tell whether it's square or not because of the crossing bits. So what I've done with these is I used the large flowers, and I stamped the base one in Calypso Coral, and I stamped the detail one in Versamark, and I used gold embossing powder because I wanted to pick up the gold here. So I need dimensionals. Where did my dimensionals go? Okay, so I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back of this one. And how did I have them? I had them like that. Okay, so we're just going to pop this down like this. Okay, And on these videos, as I've said before, I haven't pre-made these cards. I've just kind of thought them through. And I've pre-done all the pieces just like you would get in the kit. So in the kit, really all you have to do is the stamping. And then I'm going to tuck this in. Do I want to dimensionalize this? I'm going to pop it in right there, and I am going to dimensionalize it. So let's keep going on this. I can overlap it if I want to, but I've got some leaves that I want to put in. So I'm actually going to have this in the middle, but it's going to extend off the end like that. And then I have leaves. Some of the leaves I'm going to dimensionalize and some I'm not. So I'm going to put a dimensional on here like this. And I'm going to tuck it in right there like that. And then I'm going to take another one and overlap it. So these you can do any way you like. And I'm using gold foil paper that I had left over from Christmas. So there, like that. So I've got 2 leaves there. I cut out 5. You can use as many or as few as you want. And I'm just going to flat mount the rest. And I'm just going to tuck them in. Kind of in behind like that. And I may only use 4. Once I get here, I can figure out what I'm doing. If you've got bling that you want to use, you can definitely use bling here. Or you can just leave it like that. So, and I quite like it just like that. I am going to put just a little bit of adhesive on the corners just to hold the rest down. But I really like how this came together. It's got the florals using the 2-tone flora and the 2-tone dies, as well as the background die. And then the greeting from Wisteria Wishes. So elements from the kit are the piece of background paper here and the banner. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Paper Pumpkin alternate cards.